What do you say we make some birria today? Sorry, I gotta get in the right state of mind when I cook, especially birria. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do, this is a double batch, so we're doing 6 pounds of meat. So you're gonna wanna get yourself, for 3 pounds of meat, you're going 16 of these guajillo peppers. So we do double of those for this batch. And you do 4 of these pasilla peppers. And we do double of those for this batch. We get them from Tony's. They come in a bag like this. They're already dry and dehydrated. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut them open, get the seeds out, and rehydrate. So as you can see, I've already started here. You cut the tips off of your peppers, or you could just rip them off if they will just so kindly come off. Get yourself a little garbage bag, and you rip them open or cut them open all the way down, and you get all of these seeds out, right? So once the tip is off like that,
Just the tip.
just the tip, you rip it open, and you get any and all seeds out of there. Kind of give a little bit of action right there, as your father. And then you take these, all of them, once you get them all de-seeded, and that we de-seed them because we don't like them as spicy. You put them in a bowl. While you're doing this, get some water going on your stove so that you've got boiling water. Because once all of your peppers are in here, you're going to pour the boiling water in here, and you're going to leave them submerged for 30 minutes to rehydrate them. For this batch, this double batch, you're going to want 2 larger white onions, and you're going to want to cut those, and you're going to want to have those, and you're going to want 4 decent-sized Roma tomatoes, and you're going to quarter them. The recipe for the 3 pounds calls for 2 medium white. Oh, hello, how you doing? 2 medium white onions halved and 2 Roma tomatoes quartered. So I'm going to get 2 larger white onions, have them, and 4 Roma tomatoes. There you go. 2 decent-sized white onions halved, 4 Romas quartered. Back to your peppers. Get some boiling water on there. Get yourself one of these electric kettles from the TikTok shop. Now we're going to have to boil some more water because we're going to want to cover that completely for 30 minutes. Okay, we're going change of plans here. Instead of going crock pot because of the time of day, it's already quarter to 12. We're going 2 Dutch ovens. So we've got the meat searing, as you can tell here, on the in the Dutch ovens. We got the old school cast iron and the enamel Dutch oven going. We're going to go 1.5 pieces of meat in each one. Now, once your meat is seared, you're going to put 1 of the onions and some bay leaves in. And then you're going to leave them be while we do the mixture. Since we're doing 2 crock pots, I took the 1 onion that was cut in half and I halved it again. I'm going to throw 1 onion in each pot, and then I'm going to throw a handful of bay leaves. All right, so 1 onion, you got all your meat, you got 1 of your onions, and I put about 4 bay leaves in each pot. Now we got to make the juice, okay? Now we're going to do this in batches, so we're not going to put everything that you need in here. So it tells you to put your remaining 1 onion in there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a quarter of an onion in there. It tells you to put all your Roma tomatoes in there. We're going to go ahead and put a few of our Roma tomatoes in there, but we're doing this in batches. Now, for 3 pounds, it calls for 8 cloves of garlic. So since we use garlic in this house, we're just going to put about that much in to begin with. Now, for 3 pounds, it calls for a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. So we're only going to put a little chicken bouillon on here to begin with, because once again, we're doing this in batches. So I'm going to get my teaspoon out, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of that right there. Calls for 2 teaspoons of Mexican oregano, which I ran out of, so a little bit of regular oregano. Calls for a teaspoon of cumin, so we're just going to put a little pinch in right now. There you go. The 3 pounds calls for overall 2 teaspoons of thyme, so a little bit of thyme goes in. A few peppercorns go in with this. And then you're going to take some of these peppers that have now rehydrated. You're going to put them in there, okay? Along with some of that water, some of that boiling pepper water, right? You want to get, you don't want to spill it all over the place like I just did, though, right? So, like that. You see, you don't want to do that.
Putting so much in.
So now, you're gonna blend this, and you're gonna do this in batches over and over and over again until you go through all your ingredients. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna strain this over the beef, which we'll show you here in a minute. Now you're just gonna strain your mixture over your beef. You're going to splatter it all over the kitchen, because if it's not all over your stove, then you didn't fucking do it right. Now, I didn't put enough water in that first batch, so she's going to have to kind of go through here and do her little magic, but this is basically what you're looking to do here. Now, when you're done, it should look like this. Your meat is submerged. You've got your whole onions in there. You've got your blend in there. Now you're going to cover each one, and you're going to put it in the oven, covered for about 4 hours, or until the meat can pull apart tender. We're 2.5 hours in. Oh my God.
Oh.
What?
I'm gonna open that back up.
What you got going on?
I just wanted to. It's good there.
Birria.
Should be ready in about another hour, hour and a half.
Now we have to grate the cheese, and the cheese is very important. You got to get Oaxaca if you can. Oaxaca, right there. Now I know it's not available in all places, but we have a wonderful Mexican grocery store not too far from us. We get it in these chunks, and we break it down and grate it ourselves. It melts wonderfully. Oaxaca gives you that great cheese pull. Remember, if it's not Oaxaca, it's caca. Sorry for the jacked up angle. I really don't know how to shoot these cooking videos, but you get yourself one of these graters off the TikTok shop, and then you get yourself your Oaxaca. You cut it down into chunks like that, and then you just go to town. You get yourself your little doodad. Oh yeah, don't do that now, don't you know? Can't have that. And boom, you just kind of, oh come on now, we're missing in a couple of spots here. Like I said, I don't know how to film these cooking videos too well. But you grate down your Oaxaca cheese, okay? Then you get an assembly line going. You get your tortillas, your diced onions, your cilantro, your consomme, and all that beautiful birria with some of this shredded Oaxaca. And you line up a griddle. You dip the shells in the consomme. And you get them going on the griddle, and you keep them on there so that they're nice and crisp. The cheese is really melted, and you're going to want to get these folded over and then crisp them on the other. Get yourself a couple of boxes of this Old El Paso Spanish rice going on the stove. Nothing says middle class like Old El Paso Spanish rice. And then, when you're done, you plate yourself up a nice birria taco with some Oaxaca cheese, some of that El Paso rice, a little bit of the consomme, and a little orange pop, and bada boom, bada bing. You dip your taco in the consomme.
That's how you end up pregnant, man.
And enjoy. Did you hear her? I said you dip your taco in the consomme, and she said that's how you end up pregnant.
See, I'm the funny one in the family.
There you go. Go follow her YouTube.